Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to share with you today my chop index. So I have a set of percussive and extended techniques that I use in my playing, in my sheet music, in my performances that I want to share with you. I recently recorded Hark the Chop. It's my percussive arrangement of Hark the Herald Angels Sing. It's for solo unaccompanied cello, and I do a lot of really cool techniques in there. So in today's video, I'm going to simply go through the various chops in my personal chop index, what it looks like in the notation, how I play it, what it sounds like, and we're just going to go through each one. If you want the context of how it sounds like in a piece, make sure you check out my next video. And of course, none of this would be possible without the chop master himself, Driessen. Whether you're an instrumentalist, a composer, or both, and you're curious on these percussive techniques, I highly recommend checking out his page. He's a fiddler and chop master, and he created the Chop Notation Project. Link below. Alright, let's get started. So, chopping 101. The first chop you should know is the hard chop. The hard chop is played at the frog, slightly angled, and there's no pitch. So it's going to be a very sharp, crispy sound. So the hard chop is notated as a slash note head, as you'll see right here. So after the hard chop, the next thing we're going to learn is the soft chop. It's not as percussive, it's more as a placeholder. And you'll see that in the sheet music as X's, because they're basically ghost notes. Also at the frog, but we're going to do a straight bow, and also no pitch. Lightly place the bow on the string and release in rhythm while muting the strings with your left palm. So we're going to do middle and towards. So we're still getting some sound, but it's definitely not as aggressive as the hard chop. So the third item on the chop index is the hard-soft combo chop. So when you do a hard chop, and when you lift it up, it creates a light percussive sound, and that's the hard-soft chop combo. And just so you can hear what it sounds like on the other strings, we're going to do A, D, G, and C. So the next one is super fun. I call this one the scrape. And this one's going to be towards you. So you're going to put the bow on the string, and you're literally just going to drag it up towards you. And it sounds different depending on what string you use. So here's A string, D, G, and C. And the way the scrape is notated is by a triangle. You'll see right here. All right, the fifth one. Now this one's my favorite, the DJ scratch. All right, the DJ scratch is gonna be 4 consecutive scrapes, down, up, down, up. And for this one, I angle the bow so I get a nice scrape sound, and it sounds like this. For cello, it's more accurate to use down, up, but if you're playing violin, it doesn't really make sense to call it down, up. So again, this video is specifically for cellists. If you're a violinist, I'm sure you can figure out how to apply it to your instrument. It's a very cool effect. And depending on what string you play on, it creates a different sound. So check out my high string, D string, G, and C. So the C string has a pretty cool deep sound. Honestly, both strings sound really cool. It depends on what kind of effect you're trying to create, but either the A or C string has a really cool DJ scratch. All right, the sixth item on the chop index, the quarter note triplet chop. So it consists of a hard chop, a scrape towards, and a lift. Now the next item on the list is the triplet chop. It's an 8-note triplet. And this one's very tricky. This is an advanced level of chopping. It's basically the same concept as skipping stones, which I couldn't do for most of my childhood. I don't know how familiar you are with the concept of skipping stones. For those who don't know, you have a smooth rock, you're by a lake, and you try to throw it this way, horizontally, and it skips across the water. So we're going to do that on our cello. So you're gonna get your bow and you're gonna try to skip it down, letting gravity help you. And normally I follow the triplet chop of a hard chop, so it lands. Triplet and I land in a hard chop. So this is a tricky advanced one. It took me a couple years to actually learn this one. It really helps a lot to have a loose, relaxed hand, because the more tense your hand is, the harder it is to do a triplet chop. You really need to be relaxed to let it glide down. The next one on my chop index is not a chop, but it's more of an extended technique that I love to use in my music. It's my distortion effect. So similar to the sound a guitar makes when they're rocking out, we also can rock out on the cello. Though in classical music, we call it pontecello. So we're going to use pontecello, but we're going to make it a little bit edgier. So how I make that sound is a mix of playing pontecello, playing a harmonic, so not fully pressing my finger down, lightly pressing it so it creates a harmonic sound, and doing wide vibrato. So you can do this with or without the wide vibrato. The wide vibrato has a nice rock and roll effect, but you can also do it with no vibrato, and it sounds like this. It also helps to slide into it. It's a little bit edgier. So with vibrato, without vibrato, both sound equally cool to me. So I hope this video was helpful in showing you the different techniques that I have in my chop toolbox. So again, this video was merely just to show you what I call each technique, how I notate it, what it sounds like, and how I play it. If you want a closer look on how to do these techniques and how I use them in music, please check out my other videos. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe my page. I truly appreciate the support from you all. And again, please check out my song. It's now on Spotify and all streaming platforms. Hark the Chop, my solo unaccompanied percussive arrangement of Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And if you're interested in learning Hark the Chop, the sheet music is now available online on my website. Good luck out there to my fellow choppers.